I can be a little monster. I'm a stone cold monster. Okay, we're gonna do some skincare today, everyone. I do my skincare every day, and honestly, I do it because one, I'm getting older, and two, it's like part of my self care routine, I think it's important to do your self care, especially if you're somebody who struggled with addiction like I did for many, many years. Hey, PJ, sight of the fact that you need to take care of yourself. And so this is just my way of reminding myself, that I'm worthy and I deserve recovery and I deserve to take good care of myself. So that's why I make sure that I do skincare. Now, I have been breaking out a lot. I think it's because of how hot it is outside and I've been getting sweaty. But man, I haven't broke out this much in a while. I have a zit right here. I had two up here. I have one right here. I mean, my face is just mad as hell at me. I wanted to come on and advertise on movie night. We're going to have August 11th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. For any of you guys who want to join, you can join the lowest tier and still be included. We are going to have Patreon movie night, and it is going to literally be, we're going to watch Leonardo DiCaprio in Basketball Diaries. And so bring the popcorn, bring the ice cream sandwiches, bring your couch cushions, bring everything you get comfortable. I'm going to have the damn big screen. We're going to have it on the big screen. I'm going to have the tripod set up so it's not all wiggly and woggly. And we're going to watch Basketball Diaries together. And we will talk about it while we're watching it. And we're going to cry. Y'all are going to cry. If you've never seen that movie and you have addiction, you're going to cry. Because I did. Every time I've seen the movie, I cry. It's triggering, but we're going to together, so we'll be okay. This is August 11th on Patreon at 7 p.m. Central. August 11th. I went ahead and, set it out so that way everybody could plan for it. If you got to take off work or if you want to take off work. And it's going to be everybody in Patreon. It doesn't matter what tier you join. So you can join the cheapest one. It's only $2. It's only ever going to be $2. Everybody can participate. So I'm going to do a movie night, I think, once a month in my Patreon. Because it's just something I love to do, Hey, Shug. It's just something I love to do, and so I love watching movies. And what better thing to do? 7 p.m. Central Standard. What better way to do it than with you guys? Hey, movie night on Patreon. Let me get my fucking phone so I can put the link for y'all in here. I think that's something fun. Don't y'all think that will be fun? Patreon. Okay, there we go. I just put it in the chat so that way if y'all want to join, y'all can. Like I said, lowest tier, $2. Everybody's going to be included. Finally got some real toothpaste. I was using my son's toothpaste, the kind that's not spicy. and we're gonna watch Basketball Diaries with Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, after we watch that movie, the next one I want to do is I want to do that What's Eating Gilbert Grape, because y'all know I struggle with binge eating disorder, and hold on. Okay. After we do the Basketball Diaries, I want to do What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Then after that, do the movie with Brandon Fraser in it called The Whale. It's also about addiction and disorders. And so we can watch that. I also want to do another eating disorder movie with you guys called To the Bone. So yeah, these are going to be some really hard watches for people that are easily triggered, but that's why we're going to watch the movies together, not alone, you know. But these are like good ass movies, and a lot of you guys are probably younger and haven't even seen them before, you know. Hey Shug, what's up? Yes, so I'm a struggles eating disorders, so that's why I want to do some eating disorder movies also, because y'all know I struggle with ED. I've struggled with eating disorders on both ends of the spectrum, but I used to really struggle with like starving myself when I was younger. That's how I got into using stimulants, was because I struggled with starving my anorexia. Then I was like really struggling with not eating and restricting so much that I was like passing out and stuff. And that's when I lost a bunch of weight at band camp from starving myself. And I came back that year and I got my doctor to prescribe me Adipex, which is phentermine, which is a stimulant. And so that's how I got started on methamphetamines, was because of my eating disorders. Did y'all know that? Oh yeah, they're going to be hard to, y'all, I'm telling you guys, the To the Bone one, dude, is so hard to watch. You can look it up. That one is about anorexia. And then the What's Eating Gilbert Grape one is about, it has Leonardo DiCaprio in it. I mean, what the fuck is this shit, y'all? Anyway, it has Leonardo DiCaprio in it. And his mom, like, is stuck in the house because she has eaten herself to the point where she can't even get off the couch. And she ends up dying, and they have to remove her from the home with a crane. It's so fucking sad, dude. I remember when I was a kid watching it and crying my eyes out. You know? Yeah, so we're going to watch Basketball Diaries August 11th at 7 p.m. Central on Patreon. I put the link in the... Yeah. Oh, no, wait a second. Hold on a second. I did my diary readings, but I did not get Neil on the on Patreon yet. Still haven't got him to do the video with me. That's kind of been a hard question about it, and he had been listening to me talk about it, and I was like, will you please do a video with me? He's like, I really don't want to. Like, so I have to kind of, what I'm going to have to do, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, is one night when I'm doing a video, like, and he's like in a good mood, I'm going to have to try and just like do it to where he just kind of cooperates just in passing almost. But all the other ones about my diary are on there, yes. But I upload in my Patreon like almost every day. Like, I put up recovery videos in there daily, short videos in there daily. I put posts that are like recovery posts in there daily. It's okay, Brandon, you don't have to join. I put mods in my mods. Like, okay, so Allie does positive photos. Megan does song of the day. Pixie, what do you do, Pixie? I know that you and Sherry both do like gratitude with Pixie, And then Sherry does the thoughts of the day. So we got all kinds of content in there. It's like, honestly, you guys, I was looking over at somebody else's Patreon, and I was like, dude, I post in there almost every single day, like it's my regular channel, just like I post over here, and I put all my lives that I don't post on my YouTube channel over in my Patreon also. But I was like, you know what? We do a lot of really positive things in there. Also, the chat, the recovery chat, the Telegram chat, y'all, I want to tell you guys. So Taryn, she goes to like a group recovery center. I guess it's like her MAC clinic. And Taryn's MAC clinic uses Dr. B and I's videos in their MAC clinic, right? But they need like an opportunity to share like a support system with people online. So they're going to be using our support chat. So we're going to have an influx of people coming in from Taryn's MAC clinic group. So I think that's pretty cool, you know? But it's all like really recovery based. And Pixie, Megan, Allie, and Sherry are the people who really make sure that it stays recovery. So, I mean, I can't really take credit for the chat because they are the ones who run the chat. You know what I mean? We had baked potatoes this evening. I had made a baked potato like a couple of weeks ago, and I put like cheese and sour cream and bacon and like ham, you know, and like chives and all kinds of good stuff in it, salt and pepper, and my little boy loved it. So I made my husband and my son and me all baked potatoes today, like loaded baked potatoes though. Broccoli in it, broccoli with cheese, like it's all mixed into the potato. That makes me so happy that y'all are like digging what they're putting down in there. It makes me really happy. And so and let me just say this for the record. I tried to pay the damn mods a paycheck every month, but the damn bitches won't give me their PayPal accounts. So I can't, like, I asked every one of them to send me their PayPals, Venmos, or Cash Apps, and they wouldn't send them to me. So it's not like I'm just using them for their work. I offered to pay them a monthly wage. I offered to pay my mods a monthly wage, but they won't take it. Because it's a lot of work. Okay, it's a lot of work. It's not just like it's a responsibility, you guys. Like, having a recovery channel and helping people in recovery, it's not just something that is just like you should just take lightly. Like, it's serious, you know? It's people's lives that we are trying to help improve, you know? And so I couldn't just entrust anybody with that responsibility, you know, because there's haters all over the world trying to come at me. And if I trusted just anybody, it could have gone haywire, you know? He had these young women who just thought he was so handsome, and they seemed to be. I mean, look what's happening to you know who. He was a murderer. I could not believe the young women that. Brandon, thanks, Brandon. Have some consideration for the families. The victims. Yeah, I'll tell you this, inside of the Patreon, you guys, like, it's like a family. I mean, inside the recovery support chat, it's like a family, you know? That makes me happy too. Where criminal trials become the new sort of theater of the next decade, where we're watching a parade of serial murders in front of us through their trials. I know, I appreciate you guys, I really do. I really do. So I'm really excited though. Maybe what we'll do, since I'm doing a movie night with my patrons, maybe after I do movie night with my patrons, maybe we can find like a series and do like a series watch on my regular channel or something. So that way everybody can have a chance to do something like that, with us. Um, what I did whenever I was on TikTok was we watched the whole Dope Sick series. You know what I'm talking about? The one that was on Hulu. I can't stand myself without my teeth. Hold on. There we go. The series Dope Sick that was on Hulu? We watched that series on my TikTok, okay? Every Wednesday night, it would come on, and I would set my tripod up, and we watched the whole series together, you know? It was really, really good. It was really good. So I'm going to try and think of something that we can do just on the regular channel. But movie night is the special thing that we're going to do with the patrons. Gosh, you guys, I've got to get something after my feet. What do you guys do with the bottom of your feet if they're like crusty? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like they have hard stuff on the bottom of it? Let me show y'all. See the bottom of my foot? It's like got hard stuff on the bottom of it, and I hate that. So I need to get one of those like shaver things, I think, and like just shave the fucking bottom of my feet until they get smooth. Ooh. Deep cover? I'll have to look it up. I've never heard of that. Pumice stone. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Pumice stone. Well, lotion don't work on these Tootsies, okay? This is like hard as a rock. If you threw a fucking if you threw something on the bottom of my foot, it would crack. That's how hard the bottoms of my feet are. And that didn't start happening until I got into my 30s. I used to have like baby soft feet on the bottom. But when I got sober and I gained weight, that's when it happened. I think it's from, the heaviness on my bottom of my feet. Also, the first 2 years I was sober, you want to know what happened to my feet? I gained weight and my fucking arches, I guess they like collapsed or something. And when I tell you the pain that I felt, they called it plantar fasciitis. Dude, I thought I was going to die trying to walk on my feet. That's how bad they hurt from this plantar fasciitis shit. Nate's gaming. So I am going to be making that salad again. Oh yeah, baby, yeah. I'm going to be making that salad again with the cucumbers and tomatoes, and I'm going to add bell pepper to it this time. And I got some avocados. So it's really freaking good. You guys got to try it. I put a recipe on it on my I'll put it on the community tab so everybody can see it, but I had put it on a video, so I'll include it after I end this live. I'll put the recipe up for you guys. But I'm telling you, this fucking recipe is so good. It's like fresh cucumber salad. It just tastes so good. My husband loved it. Okay? And this is what my husband said. It helped me helped me take a dump. And if it helped him take a dump, then it was good. Because my husband can't shit. So he was so happy that it helped him process and push those dumps out. Yes, I had to get special insoles for my shoes. Yes, I had to get special was it? Yeah, it was just the insoles I had to get. Some kind of insole. They ordered them for me at the podiatrist office. I saw your picture on Facebook, Kimmy. You look like you had fun. Oh, that does sound good. So that's kind of like what this is Shug, only it's more, it's kind of like apple cider. I just use the Italian dressing instead because I don't have apple cider vinegar. I use like Italian dressing, dill, lemon, and salt and pepper. and a little bit of garlic salt. And when I tell you, it literally tastes so good. It also has the chickpeas in it, black beans, and corn. And it's just like, I don't understand. The only way I can explain it to you is it tastes like summer in a fucking bowl. You know, it's like, I could eat it all day long. Me and my husband, that whole bowl I made last weekend, gone in one day. It was so good. It was so good. Yeah, that would be good. Shrimp would be. See, I didn't put any meat or protein in it. I just left it like that, and it was really good. My husband. So, cause see, what I've been doing, I know you guys have been noticing, but I've been trying to like cook all of our meals. So, me and my husband and my son, we have a really bad habit of eating out, and so we probably spend about 150 to $200 a week on having like dinner. We'll order out. My husband will go and get like catfish from the catfish truck, or we'll get fucking Chinese food, or we'll get like steak and baked potatoes from Outback, and we do that like 3 or 4 times a week. And I've been looking at our budget because each month we've been coming up to where I've been having to grab money from our savings account and put it in our checking account to float us until paycheck, which that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be saving, right? And so I decided that we need to stop. We're not going to eat out. We might eat out once a week for a treat, maybe once every 2 weeks. And that money that we're spending on eating out, like when I tell you guys, it's probably like $1,000 a month. Like, I'm not even exaggerating to you. And that's fucking ridiculous, okay? Like, fucking stupid, right? Because I can cook good. I can make good meals. And so I have been looking online at, like, things I can cook. Like, I've been going to TikTok and finding these short little videos with, like, easy, tasty, good meals, right? That I can make for my family. And so that's what I've been doing lately. And that's where I got the cucumber salad, cucumber salad recipe. So budgeting is so important. Did you find the budgeting baddie girl I told you guys about on TikTok? Like, I just paid my car off. I shouldn't be coming up short every month. I should have an extra $300 a month because I just paid my car off. What? In May? And I'm coming up short every month. Every month I'm having to dip into my savings because I'm coming up short. When I just paid off a car, a whole ass fucking car. Okay? So it's like it's because my family and I'm not frugal. I'm all about just like having a great time and indulging and experiencing and having fun, right? And so if my husband says, "Hey, let's get steaks tonight," I'm like, "Okay, babe, let's get steaks." You know? And so that's just irresponsible when it's going to just fucking eating out. That's so stupid. You know, so I got to make a change, you guys. We got to make a change. Also, it's not healthy for me and Nate and Neil to be eating out like 3 or 4 times a week, you know? Oh, wow, that's going to be great, Brittany. That's going to be fucking delicious. Now, don't get me to lying to you. I can't cook no authentic Mexican. My mama can, but I can't. I have to learn from my mama. I have to message my mama when I want to cook something like that. You know? You know, I heard Dan relapsed, you guys. Somebody told me he had relapsed, and then somebody told me that Luke had relapsed. So I messaged Luke. I don't have Dan's phone number, so I messaged Luke, and Luke called me yesterday and told me he was in sober living and that he was doing really good. And this is what I told him. I said, "You need to stay in sober living for a good 6 months, okay? Stay in sober living for 6 months." Get a good job, become fully self-supporting in your own life where you don't have to depend on anybody. And then when you get to that point, you move out of sober living and get your own apartment. You got your own job. But that's what I would do. I would take it easy, dude, and I would just live in sober living and use that place to build myself back up. You know? So, oh, he is good. I'm glad to hear that. I love Dan and I love Luke. Yeah, Luke reached out to me just the other night, like yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before that, because Kevin had called me on Sunday and was worried about Luke. So I reached out to Luke because I was talking on the phone with Kevin from Kicking Addiction. So hold on a second. Sorry about that. Somebody messaged me and I thought there was some tea I needed to tell y'all about, but it's all good. You know, a lot of people try to jump off of Suboxone or whatever their problem is and too early. Look at me, you guys. I'm still on Suboxone. I'm not going to sit here and beat myself up over it because I take a little bit of sub. You know what I mean? Like, I'm living my best life. I'm successful. I got a good job. I have my family. I have my husband. I have my son. Like, I feel like so many people fall victim to the judgment of other people. Okay. I feel like so many people, especially people that have YouTube channels and are online, I feel like people end up getting judged because they're on MAT and they listen to people judging them and they end up trying to get off and something bad happens, you know? Like, I would rather just be on the little piece of Suboxone that I'm on and just be on that for the rest of my life than have to worry about something bad happening, you know? And I truly, I, I don't live the life I lived anymore, right? Brandon, you relapsed too? What the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all are killing me. Why? This is the thing. This is what I want to ask you guys. I'm not mad at you. You know I'm not mad at you. But I want to ask you why. Is it because you're hanging out with people that are still using? Like, so I am so far removed from that life. Okay? I'm not mad at you guys. I'm not judging you. I just want to ask you what happened. Like, was it because you were hanging out with old people, places, and things? Was it because, you know, you went and seeked it out? Like, for me, it would be really hard to find drugs because I don't hang out with people that use drugs anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so, hold on, let me mute my notifications because they're driving me insane. Okay, there we go. My notifications were driving me nuts. I definitely don't love cravings at all, but I do have so much more drive now that I'm not on it. But if I ever need to get back on it, I will. Good. What happened with you, Brandon? Was it because you were hanging out with people that were still using, or were you going around people that were using? Like, I guess that's where it's kind of hard for me because, like, I've had multiple years of sobriety, and so I don't have the connections that I had in active addiction, right? Like, sure, I could go out next door and ask somebody for a joint or something, but that's weed, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's not nothing. But for me to go out and find, like, real drugs, I guess I would have to, like, go downtown or something. I don't know. But I've just gotten so far from that I don't have that kind of connection anymore, you know? I guess I can understand, like, getting stressed out because I've felt really stressed before to the point where I felt like maybe it would be beneficial. Like, I mean, okay, this is how much my mind thinks. I overthink things now. So you guys know, like, probably like back in November or September, October, November of last year, I was watching an account on TikTok called The Freedom Model. And on this account, they talk about how all people can use in moderation if they really want to. And I was watching this account and I just started thinking that it would be a good idea for me to use in moderation. To be honest with you, I don't know what happened, but the past few minutes I had been having really bad cravings to use, and eventually it happened. Yeah, so whenever you're having cravings, like, the best thing that you can do is get out in front of those cravings. Like, talk about what you're feeling, talk about what you're struggling with. Like, let other people know around you that you're struggling with those feelings. The worst thing that you can do is, like, bottle it up inside and try to ignore the way you feel, because what happens then is, like, we are like an emotional barometer. This is the way my old counselor used to explain it to me. Like, you're like a volcano, okay, of emotions. And so your emotions are like boiling, right? and then they get boiled up a little bit more, and then they boil up a little bit more. And if you don't intervene and talk about the way you're feeling or reach out for help, then what happens is that fucking volcano just goes, and that's when you go out and start using drugs and get high. And you're lying to yourself if you're sitting there and telling yourself, I got this. I don't need to talk to anybody. I don't need to do this. You do. That's like, people need support, you know? So, can you talk about the stages of relapse? That might help people struggling. Okay, so so I know, you know what? I don't know the technical names. I know there's like pre-contemplation, contemplation. Hold on, let me get my phone. Because this would be something, I call it something different. But to me, the first stage for me is a thought pops into my mind, right? A thought pops into my mind, a trigger, okay? A trigger pops into my mind and it's like, hey, Nicole, it would be a good idea to just go out and get high today. Nobody will know. That's what my mind always tells me. Nobody will know. But let me tell you, because I have the this relapse prevention worksheet thing I created, and it's really good, and I can send it to all of you guys if you send me your email. I made it. It's on my Facebook page. But let me read this to you, though, because this is good. Oh, my phone's about to die. Crap. Let me get my phone charger. Hold on, y'all. Okay, there we go. Okay, listen to this. So, contrary to popular belief that relapse is a quick, almost situational occurrence, it is actually a slow process that occurs in 3 stages: emotional, mental, and physical. Being aware of these 3 stages can help prevent relapse before it occurs. After completing treatment, one of the greatest fears many newly recovering alcoholics and addicts face is relapse. Relapse is very common, even expected for some people who are attempting to overcome an addiction. Many people undergo multiple relapses prior to successfully maintaining long-term recovery. Emotional relapse is the first phase of the 3 phases of relapse. During this stage, the person is not actively thinking about using drugs or alcohol. However, their emotions and behaviors may be setting them up for a relapse down the road. Some of the warning signs of an emotional relapse include bottling up your emotions, not going to recovery support group meetings, isolating yourself from your peers and your family, poor eating and sleeping habits. Oh, hold on a second. I just lost that. Going to meetings but not sharing, focusing on other people and their problems to avoid your own, not managing anxiety, anger, or the other emotional problems in a healthy way, intolerance, defensiveness, mood swings, not asking for help, poor self-care, emotionally or physically, and not having sober fun or taking time for oneself. Stage 2 is the mental relapse, which, when we choose to not work on any signs of symptoms of the emotional relapse, there is increased risk of transitioning to the second stage of relapse, which is a mental relapse. Once in mental relapse, which is best described as a war going on inside one's mind, the individual is at high risk for physical relapse. Signs of a mental relapse would be cravings or physical and psychological urges to use drugs, thinking about people, places, and things associated with a past use, hanging out with old friends who use alcohol or other drugs, minimizing consequences of past use or glamorizing past use, bargaining. In bargaining, individuals start to think of scenarios in which it would be acceptable to use. A common example is when people give themselves permission to use on holidays or visiting family. Oh, God, like it's a reward. That's what I used to do. Lying, thinking of schemes to better control using, looking for relapse opportunities, imagining using, fantasizing about using, and planning your relapse. Here's some tips to stay away from that. Playing the tape all the way through. That's one of the main tips that I tell you guys all about all the time is instead of just playing the tape to the part where you get high, play it past that. Like what happens after you get high? How do you feel when you use? Oh, you feel like shit. You feel guilty, you feel shame, you ain't got no money, all that bullshit. Talk to a trusted peer or friend. Wait for 30 minutes. Most urges usually only last 15 to 30 minutes max. It may feel like an eternity, but if you keep yourself busy or distract yourself, it'll quickly diminish. Okay, and then the physical relapse. When a person doesn't take the time to acknowledge and address the symptoms from emotional and mental relapse, it doesn't take long to lead down the path to physical relapse. This includes the act of drinking alcohol or using other drugs. The key is to reach out for help if you find yourself in physical relapse immediately in order to stop the vicious cycle of addiction before it is too late. What's up, baby?
Can you get out here every and be fun Zane?
Yeah, I'm about to get off my live. You know what I can do? If y'all want me to, if you want the relapse prevention worksheet that I made, just send me a message on Instagram or on Facebook. And I can send it to you. I have it all typed up, and it has all these tips and tricks and stuff that I have that help me stay away from relapsing. So if that's something, I'll post it on my community tab. How about that? I will post it on my community tab so that way you guys can screenshot it. So that way everybody here on my YouTube channel can have access to it. But I can give you all the tips and tricks in the world, you guys, but if you don't put them into action and use them, then they're useless. Okay? You can't just sit there and allow your mind to take advantage and go running down the relapse road. You have to take action and do things to reach out to get help, And if you really want to get high at the end of the day, you're going to get high. And I can't stop you. Your grandma can't stop you. Your baby mama can't stop you. Nobody can stop you, okay? So you got to find why you're trying to why are you wanting to change the way you feel? What is it in your life that is going on that you're not happy with, that you want to feel high for? Right? I understand. Feeling high feels great. I used to love getting loaded, dude. Right? I used to love being tweaked out of my mind. Hello. But back then, a lot of the reasons why I did it was because I was insecure. I felt alone. I didn't feel good enough. I just really had no happiness in my life. Now I'm happy and I'm content. I have my son. Having my son in my life makes me so happy because he's my baby. He's my everything. He's my pride and joy. Having my husband, who is my best friend, helps me feel content and safe. And so you have to find that same happiness and contentness and safeness within your life, and that same purpose and passion in your life, right? And so, every single one of you guys can have that and find that in your own life. It doesn't have to look the same way mine does, right? Like you can find purpose and passion and happiness and contentness in something totally different. You know what I mean? So, but you have to find that within your life and within you. And all I can do is be here to support you on the journey. So I love you guys, and I'm always here to support you. I'm going to go find that relapse prevention sheet and screenshot it and put it on my community tab. But I love you guys, and I hope you have a great night. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning sometime. I usually jump on live in the morning times. Okay? Okay. Good night, guys.